Hello, guys. Welcome back. Today we're doing a story time. I have 3 stories lined up. The first one is about my first day of drama. So, we were going to our elective. I, of course, was in drama, and I still am. So, this happened this year on the very first day of electives. We were walking to our electives. So, there was a leadership. Keep leadership in mind. Cooking. Keep those two in mind. And then there was a woodworking. And then drama, of course. And we were going to our electives. Drama was in the middle of auditioning, and I was about to go out for my solo part. Then we just hear blaring fire alarms. We walked down. We walked past the hallway where the leadership and cooking was, and guess what we smell? We smell smoke, and they had burnt popcorn. Leadership had burnt popcorn. It's like, yeah, then our science teacher came out. She's like, sorry, leadership burnt popcorn. So we went back into audition just like normal, and then the drama teacher's like, okay, it's your turn to go up and sing. If you want to solo, I'm like, never mind, I don't want to solo. She's like, okay, I'm gonna take a few days to think about this. And I was just sitting there do I even want to do electives, even though it was you had to do elective. Okay, so next story is about kind of like a lockdown. Not really. So it's just one of those stay inside lockdowns. So our teacher, she was like, okay, so the reason the fifth graders are being so loud because we were in modulars. That first and second were in a modular, third and fourth were in a modular together, and then fifth and sixth were in modular together. I'm in sixth, and then seventh and eighth were in a modular together, and then preschools and kindergartners were in the actual building, and it was a can't go outside, but there was no threat on the road that the school was located on, and there's no threat on the property. So we were in the fifth grade class who there's a paper thin door. It's that thin. And they were screaming very aggressive hee-hees. And we're just there we were in the middle of learning history. I'm just and it was about time to go home because after history is home. And our teacher's like, we can't be dismissed until we know there's a police officer present on the premises. And my friend's dad is a police officer, so her dad came and we got all dismissed, but it was they were having indoor recess, so that's why the fifth graders were being so loud. And it's a class of all boys. There's 5 girls in that class. It's the opposite for ours. There's 7 boys in our class. The rest of the 21 are girls. Okay, so for my last story is trying to think. Do I want to do how I got my brother or Ooh, I have a good one. Okay, so we were at my cousin's house, kind of cousins, and we were having a sleepover. We were walking around because they live in the country like us. They have big backyard, so big, and my cousin's uncle, who was a teenager, 16 only, decided to type one of those red little cars, which I'll put a picture right there, maybe if I can edit it in. And then he tied it up to a Jeep, a toy Jeep, using hay bale strings. And he put my brother in the red car and my cousin or sister in the Jeep to drive around. But before my brother could try it, I had to. So he said I had to drive that Jeep. And he sat on top of the roof of the red car. I might have floored it and he might have hit the ground. And then it's yeah. And then my brother got in it, and my sister started driving because they're 5. My sister's 5 and my brother's 4. And they were driving. They made 2 loops. They have these paved rocks, the weird shaped rocks. And they were driving over that. The car got stuck my sister didn't know how to stop, and she kept going. My brother was in the car. He fell over. The red car fell over. And guess what? Our uncle said, "You're part of the boys' team now." I'm just like, that's a 4-year-old that just fell off a car, a toy car that's made for 3-year-olds, basically. He's like, yeah, that's part of the boys' team now. I'm just like, heh, yeah. And like we went to get on we went to the go kart, and this is all on the same day. And my no, yeah, my other uncle, his um was like, he had a go kart, this little go kart, and I was so scared to drive it. I might have floored it, and my other uncle who said that boys team thing. I'm just gonna call him Uncle M. Uncle M was holding on to it, and he's only 16, so. And Uncle D, the uncle who had the go kart, that's my cousin's sister's dad. And so I floored it. He was holding on to the back. It tipped backwards, and I screamed so loud that Uncle D came out. He's like, "What the heck? Why are you screaming?" I'm just like, "I don't know." And then my Uncle M said, "She floored it." He's like, "Oh, were you holding on to the back?" And it's just like, "Yeah." And I was crying, kind of. So I just kept driving it. Then I stopped it halfway through, and then Uncle M had to get in it. And he's 6 foot something. And he was crammed in it. I think I'm gonna do an extra bonus story. If I can think. Ooh, horse riding. Okay, so I was at this ranch, cart riding, no, horse. And there was this little horse, not like one of the mini horses, but not a big horse. It was like kind of in between. And Uncle M, who was my friend, because I didn't know he was my uncle, so friend M and then friend L, his brother, were watching me, and then Aunt M and no Aunt D was helping me ride the horse. I got on and I started screaming because when like the horse moves, it goes like this, and then it sways and sways, and I'm just like screaming my head off. And friend M and friend L were like laughing their heads off at me. And I was just like, why the heck are you laughing at me like that? I hate my hair right now. They're like, because you're screaming because you're on a horse. I'm like, cool. And like a few days later, they were up in like the hayloft, because there's like the down area, and then you have like a ladder that goes up to the hayloft that's up here. So like this is down there, this is the hayloft, and there was like a hay bale sitting right here, and this is my dad walking. They pushed the hay bale onto my dad, and I wanted to beat them up. My dad's just like, who pushed the hay bale? I'm just like, them. I pointed up. They were snickering, and they were about to push the hay bale onto me, and then my dad just gave them this look, like, you better not. So then they got a whooping by their grandma, and it was hilarious. And yeah, I have quite a few eventful stories, so I'll do another story time tomorrow. Well, I'll see y'all later. Let me know what you think of these stories in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.